heard that intro in a long-ass time. What's happening, everybody? Well, that's Shot from the Point Hockey. A little Shot from the Point Hockey special. Me and Jeff are going to get it on. Jeff, the Huffman's right here with me. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, and we're going to talk a little hockey, and I think after the first period, I'm going to pull people. We'll probably be able to get 2 games in before Shot from the Point Dead comes on. And me and him are going to have a chat, I guess. I'd mostly talk about the Blue Jackets, and I never got to do the episode on Jaromir Jagr passing Mark Messier, and what do I think of it. I made this clickbait title, so people go in and say, because it's like,
well, it's okay. I stole it from you and did a video of my own.
Did your video? That's good. Because I just, you know what? I don't think there should be less clickbait. I think there should be more clickbait because we have to.
It's advertising. That's all it is.
No, that's not what I mean. That's what I mean. I want to aggravate the shit out of people. Is what I want to do because it's like, is Jagr better than Gretzky? How fucking dare you? And the question marks out, obviously there and stuff like that. Like, oh God, like lighten the fuck up. It's hockey, man. I can understand if it was like something important, Well,
that part's fun too. So.
I don't know. God, don't you? How dare you put... I mean, he passed Jaromir Jagr. Or he passed Mark Messier. Think about that. He passed Mark Messier. And let me tell you something. They're both contemporary players. Nobody would say that Mark Messier had some of the stick handling skills that Jagr had. And this is coming from a big Mark Messier fan. If you guys want to be pulled up into... you're going to have to go to Discord, and we'll take your call that way. So... that's it. Let me see if I want to see everybody in the chat and say hello. This is a little different. We've been planning. Me and you have been planning on doing this for a while, but we never actually did.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I mean, I guess that's part of it. But here's the thing about. All right. I'll let you go. I think I'll let Jet start this thing.
Okay.
How do I phrase this question? Out of those 3 players, who's the best? Messier, Gretzky, and Jaromir Jagr. And give me your reasons.
Well, I think the points that Gretzky accumulated in his career, that speaks for itself. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's still relatively... He's 1,000 points ahead of Jagr. And that's saying something in itself right there. So nobody's ever going to touch Gretzky's record. I think it goes without saying that Gretzky is the best.
Do we know the average points? Because this is a guy who took 5-6 years off, went to the KHL. Do we know? Does he have a shot at 1,000 points in that time period? Probably not.
No,
he doesn't touch it.
He has a shot at it at all.
No, probably not. I mean, when he left the Rangers in 2006, I think it was, he still was one of the best, clearly one of the best players in the league. But sure.
54 goals in the season before the lockout, I believe.
Yes, and it always felt like he was leaving because he knew that his skills weren't going to be what they were. I often think that I remember that game.
Which I want to make, when it comes to comparing Jagr to Messier, I say Jagr's better on that front just because and I said this in my video, which you can check out at Grand Slam Entertainment now.
Oh, jeez. Why did you just call it Jeff Huffman, you big dummy?
Because I like pissing you off.
Congratulations. How come my sound doesn't work?
I don't know.
I have to make a pop. Fick the Hannah.
But no, when it comes to comparing those two, I said Jagr was better on that front.
I'm pausing it, by the way. I'm making a pause already because I got to get the sound up. Yeah, that's all right. I think it's going to take like 2 seconds.
Okay.
That means I use my timeout though, which kind of pisses me off. I'll just make you use your timeout. How about that? But keep going. What were you saying, dopey?
Okay, give me the puck.
No, you're skating already.
Yeah.
I told you to wait. I just hit the pause button.
Okay. Well.
Jesus.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Go ahead. Devices, sound. Jesus, what an asshole. All right, headphones. Here we go. Should be. What the fuck? Input device. None. Man, I did this before. Gee, amplifier. If I pulled this.
No.
TV or amplifier. What the fuck? The video capture sound isn't working.
Okay, here. Let's see if I can take it in off sides.
Yeah. This is very disappointing. I mean, the sound was working before I can't hear my own
all right, there we
sound effect. I was hearing this before. What bullshit? 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
I'm not gonna be able to hear anything. I think we should cancel this game until I can figure it out. Why? I mean, I was literally making noise before I... Oh, this is cancer. Cancer.
What are you trying to do?
I'll back out. I'll take the loss. No, it's with my sound card and shit.
You don't get a loss for this.
We'll back out.
Okay.
Back out.
All right.
I don't know if it's my PlayStation or what. You know, I'm gonna restart my PlayStation.
I quit the game.
Okay, quit the game. You didn't get a loss for that? What if you what if you quit in the third period?
No, it's an unranked game. You don't get a loss for it. It doesn't count against your stats.
Doesn't count against your stats. All right.
Otherwise, instead of 26, 14, and 6, I would be 37, 15.
Oh, shut the fuck up, you douche. What were we talking about? Let's get back into this while I fix this stupid shit.
Actually, going back to that,
yeah.
Nobody's ever going to touch Gretzky.
Mm-hmm.
Points speaks for themselves. Now, obviously, since Jágr passed Messier, that brings up the discussion. And what I was saying is, I couldn't really give you a straight up answer on who's better or not. They have different qualities that make them so great. Obviously, Messier didn't have the stick handling skills that Jágr
Not that he had
has.
bad ones, but he didn't have anything like
nothing
Jágr,
compared to Jágr. But I think it's pretty safe to say that Mark Messier was a far better leader.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that.
Than Jágr on that.
Yes,
on
and
that
I would even go as far to say that Jágr may have been a poor leader at times. Okay. Yeah, I would even go that far. The way he left, he could be a bit of a. He was. There's rumors that he tanked in Washington when he was there because he didn't want to stay there. That's not the guy you want fucking running your team. I'm not saying he would do anything. He was younger back then. There's no doubt about it. I believe to this day that he faked an injury in his last game with the Rangers, just so he could get off the ice because they were getting eliminated. I believe that to this day, which is very unfortunate if that be true. Oh man, I'm not getting any fucking sound, man. This sucks, man. Oh man.
But no, but what I was saying is I give Jágr, the nod, and the fact that he played in two very different variations of the NHL game.
Mm-hmm. No, there's some truth in that.
Because again, I said this on my video, which again you can check out at Grand Slam Entertainment.
Oh, shut up! There's only like 30 people in here, for Christ's sakes.
Well, hey, I'm trying to fulfill Colossal's drunken promise to get me to the before New Year's end.
Good point. All right, go ahead.
No, but Jágr played in two different styles of the NHL game.
That's true.
What made
actually three if you think of it, because he did kind of catch the tail end of the 80s style as well. So I think
when Gretzky and Messier came into the league, I mean, obviously two of the best skilled players to ever play the game. But everybody back then, the late 70s, early 80s,
sure, everybody
was mean. It was a lot more grit. It was so much slower, and they had so much skill and just were so great with the puck that it was just something out of this world. Like, yeah, it was like godlike. Now in today's game, it's so much faster, and every single team has at least 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 of these guys. Guys like a Patrick Kane, Sidney Crosby, Ovechkin. Jágr's been a part of all 3 of these different styles of hockey, and he's adapted to them quite well, especially at the age of 45 now, coming up in February. He's still a productive player up until this point. No, I think that's what impresses me most about Jágr.
I think you might be right, but you're wrong as usual. And I'm going to give you my side.
Okay.
My Cam, of course, has decided to take a giant dump on me.
I never gave an answer on who was better. I think if I was picking a team, I'd still want Messier on my team.
You piss. Yeah, I'd want that. But what about? Who do you want Messier on your team? Do you want 1982 Gretzky or Messier over Gretzky? Because this guy might score 80 goals. How do you turn that down, even with Messier's leadership? I mean, how do you turn that down?
But you know me, I'm not a big finesse style guy. I like the.
Yeah, you like the rough because you're a fourth line.
Willing to do whatever it takes.
Because Jeff was a fourth line grinder. I don't know what the fuck is going on, man. What are you trying to do? You know what it is? Every time I take any time off, this is what happens.
Are you trying to get the sound of the NHL
No,
game?
It's my goddamn. You know what I could do? It's my fucking it's XSplit, and I'm gonna sign off and get back on because I can't stand myself, and then we'll probably add somebody. So we're probably gonna see a pause in the stream, and then I'm gonna call it back up because I have no patience for this. Let's see. A stream's do you want to log out? No. Coming back. 1, 2. Yeah, we should be back right now. And the sound's back and all that good stuff. All right, give me that invite, you motherfucker, you.
All right, there you go.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal on Messier and Gretzky and all that other stuff. I think you hit it on the head. It really depends on the circumstances, what time you team if you want. Is Messier better than Gretzky? Or is Jágr better than Messier? Skill-wise, pure skill-wise, yes.
Skill-wise, yes.
Yes. There's
without a doubt.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. Yeah, exactly. There's no doubt. Messier has an intangible. And by the way, an intangible that is not common among athletes in general. Did you send me this fucking thing yet?
Yes, I did.
Send it again because it didn't work. These things. Assassin wanted you to join your party. It's probably because people are sending me shit.
All right, I got you. Right now.
Do. Come on, you bitch. What the fuck? Man, I'm gonna send you one. Fuck that. You've lost your connection to the other player. I certainly have. Oh, I know why. Yeah, it's probably why. I lost connection. EA's fucking... EA nixed me.
Oh, you never backed out of the game?
Yeah, I never backed out. That's it. So, all right. Hitman is a dope game. I just got it. Now, here's the deal with... turn that down a bit. Here's the deal. There are two different players. There's things that Messier had this one intangible that most athletes don't get. You're probably better off going with Messier long term, sort of like you'd be better off going with the guy.
See, that's what I thought.
Than Jágr long term. Remember, Jágr had Lemieux and Kevin Stevens when he was a fucking amazing player. Ulf Samuelsson when he's on top of his game, Paul Coffey. That's when he won his cups. He never was able to put it on his back, which gives Messier a little bit of a nod. So long term, you're better off, but skill wise, pure hockey player. And remember, the thing too is they were both like nobody really fucked with Jágr because he's bigger than a lot of guys, and if you gave him any shit at all, he'd just throw you to the ground, and that was the end of that. That was the end of that, Jack. I think I'm going to send you the invite just to make it clean. That was the end of that. So he was pretty tough. He didn't have to be physical, where Messier would throw down from time to time, and it would stick up for his teammates and stuff like that. But Jágr really didn't need too many people to stick up for him because he could pretty much handle himself with his incredible strength. Most people don't remember if you were able to get around his stick handling, and I've seen guys line him up when he was young, hit him square in the chest with a clean hit to the shoulder, and bounce off on a reverse hit. I mean, that easy. Yeah. That easy. I don't think Mark Messier could do that. But I think over time, the experience Messier had, the amount of cups he had, it really depends on what you want. You want cups, or do you want one of maybe the greatest player of all time? Now, Gretzky and Jágr. Okay. They're more similar players in a lot of ways. Yes. I think you can make a case that I don't know if Jágr's better than Gretzky, but it's on his level. Gretzky played in an era.
That's true. I would have liked to have seen Jágr in that era.
Yes, I mean, if you compare both of them at the same age, I mean, is it really unfathomable? Does it really shock your mind that he couldn't score 70, 80 goals in 1982-83 when it was a completely different ballgame?
Right.
It seems very reasonable from a guy that came in the league in 1990. I mean, it seems very reasonable that he would have excelled in that environment, but he simply wasn't old enough. Mm-hmm. Gretzky was probably a harder worker. No, I wouldn't say that. Gretzky and Jágr share a trait on hard work that is similar. The problem is when Gretzky loses, he doesn't get put off. He comes back. Where I always felt that Jaromir Jágr, it affected him emotionally much longer. And I keep thinking back when he was captain of the New York Rangers. And I think back to when he was on the Washington Capitals and kind of, I don't know, in some people's opinion.
He didn't look the same.
He didn't seem like he wanted to be there, which is unprofessional. You can't say when Wayne Gretzky went to the St. Louis Blues, where he's playing for that nut job, Mike Keenan.
Ruined that.
He never let on that he was unhappy. He only let on when the season was over, when he went to the New York Rangers. That's the only thing he ever let on to.
Yep.
So Gretzky was probably slightly better than Jágr, but not as much as you think. And you can't just look at the stats themselves and say clearly Gretzky's a better player.
Because again, Jágr's played in 3 different.
Yes, and he lost a big chunk. Games. And Gretzky. Let's face it. Jágr would have probably passed Messier 5 years ago. Had he think and Gretzky and Messier played a long time. Right? Messier played a long time, and so did Jaromir Jágr. So you got to keep those in fact. But here's the thing: you're still wrong. You're wrong if you say that Gretzky is the greatest of all time. You're definitely wrong if you said Messier, and you're definitely wrong if you say yes. Definitely wrong if you say Messier, Gretzky, or Jágr. Greatest hockey player of all time is Bobby Orr. Bobby Orr. Nobody played the game like Bobby Orr. He didn't get to play in any of these eras. When he played against people, he made them look like he was in another league. Like they were in the juniors and he was in the pros. It was just that simple. He changed the game fundamentally. Actually created a new position, if you think about it, right? He only played for 11 years. His impact in the game is still felt today. His creativity was, one of the things the Russians talk about with modern, I think it was Igor Larionov last year, and I think he was right. Guys like Tortorella, they're taking the creativity out of the game. They're not letting these kids play. Everything's system.
Oh, God.
One of the things the Russians hate, which I agree with to some extent, which I agree with, that Bobby Orr wasn't raised with that. He was allowed to create. He was allowed to change the game. There's nobody out there that right now. It's almost like going for singing lessons. Whether they decide whether you're a tenor or a soprano or something like that. They decide whether you're a what kind of forward you are, what kind of defenseman you are, what kind of goalie you are. That's all decided for you by coaches that supposedly know better, that rate you, that rate your abilities, and this is the role that you would most likely fit, right? And, we've seen situations with players like, Henrik Lundqvist, who was drafted 7th overall. Matthew Barnaby, when given the chance, he actually scored for the Rangers when you're led the New York Rangers. We have seen that sometimes the scouts get it wrong on skill level and stuff like that. Bobby Orr didn't have any of that, thrived, won Stanley Cups, changed the goddamn game. Nobody's better than Bobby Orr. Nobody. At any position, at any time. He simply didn't have the time. I mean, we're talking about a defenseman scored 50 goals.
Yeah.
50 goals in the 70s when it was tough to score. A lot harder to score. It was a lot harder to score when it was in the 80s.
A lot harder to score back then.
It was a different game. It's more like football than it was, just barging in and crashing the net and making stuff happen. So, and Bobby Orr, if you look at these tapes, especially, and if you really, really want to see, if you can find tapes of Bobby Orr with the crew cut in the late 60s, it's like watching a ringer. It's that simple. It's so easy to see. And at times Gretzky looked like that too. But Gretzky eventually came down to earth. The only thing that brought Bobby Orr down to earth was his injuries, which is just bad luck. And a lot of it because he actually played a pretty physical game. A lot of it because, unlike a lot of offense defensemen, Carson, he never missed an assignment. Don Cherry, and I think it was backed up by Phil Esposito, said that he was the best fighter on the team. He just never fought. Because people were terrified of him. Terrified that they're going to get ruined. We didn't have that. Good players were tough back then, too. So Bobby Orr is the greatest player of all time. But,
definitely.
Fair argument, I don't think he's light years ahead of Gretzky. But I think he's the greatest player of all time. Well, I don't think that Jágr's light years away from Gretzky either, but certainly behind. That's really what it comes down to.
Well, I mean, again, you said with Orr, he only played, 11 years?
It's like something like 11 years. I'm just going on the top of my head here. But Bobby Orr's the greatest player ever lived. It's just that simple. I know. It's just, if you could, I found this tape on YouTube once where, it was really good quality. It's filmed at like 27 frames, like a real film quality. It's a joke. He's a ringer. You can't even believe he's playing NHL teams, and they're familiar teams. Like, you look at the uniforms, you're like, holy shit, this is really the NHL? It's sort of like what Connor McDavid looked like in the juniors at points and times. It's sort of, but not that good. He's simply like, this guy doesn't belong here. He should be playing with better players. There was no better players. There were no better players. Maybe in Russia. but we'll never know because of the way the system was over there and just how good they really are. And most of the time, Canada ended up beating them anyway. But all right, I think that's our discussion on that. Bobby Orr is the best. Who's the best? Here's the question: who's the best player of all time out of these three players? Is it Jaromir Jagr, Mark Messier, or Wayne Gretzky? Answer is Bobby Orr. There you go.
There you go.
Answer is Bobby Orr every time. I blocked it.
Yeah.
I thought that was. I really thought that was a goal. Ah, fuck.
Oh, turn around.
Yeah. Okay. Ugh. Can I get through? No. That was almost a good move. So then I think we'll drag somebody up here when there's a whistle or something, and we'll play it that way. If somebody wants to play, if you want to go in Discord right now and hang out with us, hockey talk only.
Oh.
We're still doing Shot from the Point Dead tonight. Hockey talk only. But there you go. There's your answer. There's the wisest words you'll hear right here on Shot from the Point hockey. Ooh. Oh, 50 Henna. Good play, Shattenkirk. Shattenkirk in position to make that play. Make a little dump and chase, but not to the goal. I had to sense the pass.
Why he did not cover that?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know either. See if he does it again.
No, he's not doing it again. He's gonna fucking cover it.
Yeah. See if he does it again. Best goalie ever back then? I don't know. Best goalie. I think it might be Hasek. I think it might be Hasek. Although I never really got to see enough of Ken Dryden. Obviously, only tapes.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot more Bobby Orr because.
What are you doing?
I think Ken Dryden's up there, but it's probably in the recent times. It's probably Waugh or Brodeur or Hasek.
I always go to. I go Waugh or. This isn't in any particular order. It's either Waugh, Brodeur, or Hasek.
Yeah.
Hasek was hurt because he played in freaking Buffalo.
Yeah, he was. He would. Well, he did it, and given the opportunity, he did win a cup. But I might go Hasek for this. A lot of the reasons that I'd go for Bobby Orr. Change the game, change the style. Did things that were totally unorthodox, but it worked. That means he knows something. Gretzky's the best player besides Eichel.
What am I getting called for? For holding? Oh, okay.
One of the criticisms, you know what the big criticism of Gretzky was when I was a kid? That he couldn't fight and he wasn't physical. And Gretzky was no defensive. That's another thing. Gretzky was no defensive slouch. He just, he didn't do it with physical force. By the way, neither does fucking, is that a penalty? Neither does Rick Nash, and he's actually big. Let's go.
Rick Nash is no, he was a little bit physical when he was in Columbus, and then TJ Oshie, a guy who was a half a foot shorter and had 40 pounds on him, dumped him twice in consecutive games.
Nick Gallo, welcome to the second period. We're playing a little NHL Let's Play special with Jeff Huffman. You're on the air, bud.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Oh, these guys are gonna keep. They walk away and shit. They walk away. That's a problem. These bastards. Fuck.
Oh,
that was a great
I had
play.
Him beat.
Did he get? Yeah, I know. That's why I dived. Is he? Oh, come on. God, why would
it's all right. Hey, it's all right. I suck at penalty shots.
That's all right. I suck at goalie. Is it R1?
I do too, but I can't.
Okay. Fuck. See, I can't do it. I took the goalie training thing once. All right. Nick Gallo, he's not working. Mackenzie's in the chat. Mackenzie, why are you in the waiting to call area?
Yeah, I wasn't waiting. Huh?
Oh, you were waiting to call, I think. Yeah, you were waiting to call. What are you doing?
Shit.
What do you got for us? No YouTube drama. I'm going to try and move one of those two dipshits in, all right? Because I did promise I was going to take calls.
All right.
No,
you're good.
But I'll leave him. Doc Diz. Well, we'll just leave him in there. If you want to call, download Discord in the bottom, and you can join our stream. You talk about everything. All right. Looks like the system's finally taken hold in Columbus. 12 in a row.
Right.
It's just it says a lot about. I think it really says a lot about because I don't think they are that good. It says tremendous things about John Tortorella and the fact that systems work. We were just complaining about systems as far as skill level is concerned. Here's the other problem: they work. You can win if you can If you have a better system, you can beat better players. It's a fact, Jack.
Yeah, but the players have to buy into the system too.
Yes,
and
that's true.
Players
And
definitely bought in.
Tortorella's voice gets old in the locker room eventually as well.
Yes. I mean, you saw what happened in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on, baby, come on. Ah, fuck. Tampa, or do you mean Vancouver? Oh, in Tampa Bay, yeah, Vancouver. Yeah, that's true, too, because he still had a pretty good team when they left it. But Vancouver as well. I don't think he can have established stars. I think about Brendan Saad is about all he can handle. Because, and the fact that he's so young, I think it just simply doesn't work with these older guys. You got to have guys buy into the system and willing to sacrifice their bodies. Because the thing is, if you clog up the ice, you will win hockey games if you even have a little skill up front. The New Jersey Devils proved that to me. When I was a kid, it was about getting the best, most talented players. So the defenders changed the game, and it's not about that anymore. It's about playing really, you have to block shots and really be on the same page with every player on the team. And it's it can be rather boring.
It's also helped that Bob Roski's been playing out of his mind.
Yeah, Rangers damn near went to a Stanley Cup final with that. I mean, the Rangers were shit when Tortorella got him. I mean, he really built that team in a lot of ways. Fuck. Bam. Can I get it there? I like the new post.
Oh, get it out.
Fuck. Oh, that wasn't offside? I don't know how. It was over the line.
Shit.
I couldn't lift it anyway. Keep it deep.
Why?
Crazy,
I told
right?
you to throw it behind the net.
Well,
the turnover button. That's what it
Let's
is.
put in James. James, you're on whatever.
No, but the Blue. I was gonna say the Blue Jackets are getting production from everywhere in the lineup.
And that's the key. I mean, it's one of the Rangers have been successful so far. Too. James, you're on the air.
Yeah, hi guys.
What's up, man? You're on Shot from the Point. What do you got? What's on your mind, man?
I just wanted to say hi.
That's it. We're talking hockey only, buddy.
What's hockey?
All right. Have a good day, James.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with any more on this channel. I'm simply not doing it. Oh, Jesus. Austin, what's up, man?
Yeah.
What do you got?
Just wondering how, like, Emo did these nice things yesterday, and I don't know how you can still talk shit about him or want to.
What are you talking about?
Like, you said you're making a video talking about your experiences with him.
What? Oh, Jesus. Didn't I just say all hockey talk?
God.
For Christ's sakes, we were talking fucking offline, me and you. You got to bring this shit up? Yes, you know what? Here's the thing. And I'm not talking shit about him. I'm going to be talking about, you know what? In fact, now that you made this call, I'm probably going to do it for definitely. Here's the thing. I spent 6 months with a guy, censored myself, and allowed him to fucking run around and make him look. By the way, Clown owned him in about 90 baited episodes that we shelved. All I want to do is make a video about how I feel about the last 6 months, which, by the way, rather important to me. I can't talk shit or backstab a guy that was trying to get me fired, according to Clown, unless he's a fucking liar, for the last 6 months.
And has Clown...
So Austin, I told you, and that's a crazy thing. I just told you this shit off fucking line. I'm going to talk about my experience. There's no way to do that without talking about Keen. Sorry.
Fuck.
So why should I censor myself? Why should I censor myself? For his sake? Do you think, let me ask you something. Do you think Ty Blue agrees with me? You think Ty Blue can't talk about it? Let me say something, Austin. If he knew what you fucking said to me offline, he probably would fucking can you too. So how good a person is he?
I was just confused.
You're confused you didn't read the title of the damn thing. And now you cornered me. And now you're getting it back. I'm allowed to make a video about anything I see fit. And I'm not talking about fucking just a phone call or a podcast or something. I was going to do the whole thing from the beginning to the end, all 6 months. This guy screwed me, he screwed Clown, and I'm supposed to have some kind of fucking loyalty to him? I mean, in one sense, I'm completely grateful so somebody actually gives a shit what I do on YouTube. And on another hand, this guy is a bad person. He's a horrible human being. So what do I owe him? Please, I will shelve the video right now. Right now. If you can tell me what I owe him.
Nothing, honestly.
Exactly. Exactly.
And should I feel indifferent about him?
I don't care how you feel about it. I'm not telling anybody unsub drama alert. I want to talk about what happened. And you know what? I want the last episode out. You know what? He looks like a fucking idiot. He's not that fucking bright. He's dumb and he's nasty and he will fuck you over if he thinks there's money in it. The guy would sell his mother out. As soon as I get in there, he's trying to get rid of me. And you know when he really wanted to get rid of me? After the Leafy episode. When I fucking nailed that guy's ass to the wall. When I did him the biggest favor ever. I said 2 sentences of that whole fucking podcast, nailed that prick to the wall, and he was like, oh, time to get rid of Tommy. Served his purpose. So what do I owe him? What do I owe him? I want to know, what do I owe him? Why do I have to keep my mouth shut? The only reason that I could should keep my mouth shut is just purely financial, if it blows up in my face and backfires. But you know what? I pretty much, if you haven't noticed what I've been doing, Austin, I just kind of go off the top of my head. I do it. I just spit it. I don't need to fucking craft a narrative offline and have people help me. I could just spit it. I could just tell, you know why? Because I'm always telling the truth. If I fucking bullshit somebody, I'm always upfront with people. If I make up some bullshit or I regret what I say I'm sorry.
Do you feel like he owes you anything?
No, he doesn't owe me a fucking thing. But you know what? Here's what. I want to talk about this. This pissed me off. He is willing. You know what? Here's what I think. I think he should finally actually come up. See, the thing is with the Graydon Leafy thing, he really didn't do anything to those guys. They fucked him over, and there's no doubt about it. But I understand now why they did. I understand why they did it. Because he would have done it to them in a minute, and they knew that. That's why Leafy was talking about doing it in January. It's a fuck him before they wanted to fuck him before he fucked them. That's what it came down to.
See that situation happen.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I was there, whole behind the scenes. He didn't do anything to them. He didn't do anything. They didn't have a tip. They didn't have an idea. They did nothing. So they said, you know what? We're bigger. We're stronger than him. And I did feel bad for him. But here's the thing. They knew him better than me. And they knew he's a rotten, fucking, money-hungry, selfish, control freak motherfucker. That's who he is. That's who he always will be. He can't help it. It's probably a fucking disease. I think the only person on the planet he gives a shit is me. Gives a shit about is Mia, because he's a pretty good father. Other than that, I've never had a conversation with him that wasn't about him. It's all day, all night. Keem.
Do you think Leafy's gonna make another video?
No, I don't. I think that'd be stupid. I'm gonna make my video about my time at Baited. It'll probably be out in March. Have a nice day, Austin. Fuck.
And there you go. There's the pent-up frustration that went through 13 Baited episodes.
Jesus Christ. Now it makes me want to do it. What the fuck was he thinking? What the fuck was he thinking?
Reading the title would help.
I'm allowed to make a video about whatever I want. You know what? And if it affects my bottom line, that's my fucking fault. And guess what? It probably won't. I got the truth on my side. I didn't fucking make up some shit. About, what a moron. He's like, I know, I'll fuck over clown this way, not remembering, because he's so dumb. Not remembering that he already fucking exposed himself by talking about this to begin with. Try to hurt his reputation rather than just say, you know what? I want new guys that do what I tell them. That's what he wants. He wants new guys that do what they tell them, and he knew he wasn't going to get it from me anymore. Because of the last episode, I told him off.
Well, you knew that going in.
Well, I mean, I knew. No, well, the promise from him was the promise from him was always the promise was always that I could say what I wanted, right? But it became pretty clear, at least to Clown, that the only way.
I mean, the example, the scarce thing.
Yeah. Well, the scarce thing just happened though. That's when I really started to become holy shit. Yeah, that's when I really started to take notice. And otherwise, I was just lying to myself, keep a check coming in. But I only got one check, so that's how hard I work for one fucking check.
Oh, go. Come on, Vladdy. Come on, Vladdy.
You're not getting it.
Oh.
Relax.
I am playing
I can do whatever the fuck I feel like.
Oh, fuck. It's your channel. You can do what you want with
I'm
it.
gonna do what I want with it. I'm right. I wanted to make a video. I wanted to make an autobiography of the last 6 months. Guess what? I have every right to. There's no way to fucking do that without at the end Keem tried to screw Clown and me. That's the only way to do the fucking video. There's no way. You know why? Because it happened. There's no other way to do it. And I can do any video I want. And I tell you something. I tell you, there's only
the insider beta, behind the scenes stuff.
I don't need to do it behind the scenes stuff because everything is public already. I don't have to tell, and I got shit on him. I don't have to say one fucking thing. Everything is already out there. And he sits there and lies and like, oh, well, that podcast had new information that I wasn't aware of. If you listen to it, you clearly hear that's not true. He was using any excuse to get rid of me, scarce. He was using any excuse to get rid of Clown. He's got this fucking, there was $18,000 in that account, and he wants all of it. It's just that simple.
Well, it's his way or no way.
Yeah, that's it.
It's his way.
He wants all
his
of
way
it.
or no way.
It's just that simple.
And you and Clown weren't going to put up with that.
No.
And good for you.
I certainly wasn't going to let Clown's reputation. And here's another thing. Let's get the dirty secret. I wanted out on that Sunday, and then Clown changed his mind. And of course, I'm going to go with Clown in a situation like that. But I wanted out because I finally figured out that there was no hope at this stage. That he was, looking for reasons. I mean, he literally came to me and said, yeah, he says he's not going to do it because unless he gets this fucking thing and what have you. And I said, he said, what do you want to do? I was like, well, you tell him, if you talk to him before I do, that our original agreement stands. I want my 20%. I'd rather have 20% than zero. And that we agreed to it. Turns out, wasn't the fucking narrative. It wasn't exactly what happened. When that didn't work, he tried to say, oh, Tommy's crying poor mouth on his stream. Even though if you went to any of those streams, you would know that wasn't the case. And then he made something else up. He just did it until he got the result he wanted. There's this video that I retweeted. I forget the detective. The guy's gonna kill me because I can't remember his name. He put the video out there that pretty much explained the whole thing. Oh shit! Good look at this. Can you play goalie good? Oh God damn it! I totally smoked you.
There's your answer.
No.
It's all right. I've hit the post like 4 times this game.
Oh, boy, I can't believe he came in here like that. It really pissed me off. Trying to keep the shit separate, too.
Fuck.
Oh, that was an easy goal. That was, I guess who it was.
Zuccarello.
For fuck's sake. Detective Deckard. Yeah, go check out his video. That's the last thing I got to say about that.
God damn it.
Ugh. Swahili Sack, you're on the air. Or not. God, these guys are a pain in the ass. Ah, man. Whoa. Oh, I forgot the puck. You're mean. You knocked me down. Say whatever I want. Do whatever I want. However I want. Here's another thing. The first order of the business of the new beta maybe destroy our podcast. Maybe we should, I don't know, jump the gun. Let's get it out there and fucking fight this battle right away. His original plan was to fuck us over, and then when it didn't look like it was going to work, you missed it. When it didn't look like it was going to work, he's like, okay, guys, best of luck. Jimmy Leach, you're on the air. Turn our voices off, please.
Oh, hey, Tommy.
You got lucky there. Unbelievable. What a luck out. What's on your mind, Jimmy?
Sorry, man. Okay.
Turn my stream off there, man. Come on.
Okay, I got it. So my question is, what do you think of the World Juniors? Who do you think's gonna win?
Where are they right now? Because I haven't watched anything because I've been so busy with Christmas. I know the tournament started already, correct?
Yeah, it's starting today.
Well, the Americans left some good player off, correct? They left some guy off that's supposed to go real high in the draft this year, and I don't know enough about junior hockey. Obviously, your favorites are going to be Russia and Canada. I'm starting to worry about USA hockey, to be honest with you. They haven't really. I mean, no World Cups, no real good showings since 2010 in the Olympics. The World Cup was pathetic. Junior stuff has been underwhelming. I really
might be being nice.
In 1996, I think they clearly, and Russia hasn't won shit either, have shown themselves that they were the second best hockey, country in the world. I'm starting to wonder if Russia's not creeping back up as the number 2. So they really got to show me something.
Okay.
I really don't know enough about the kids in the tournament, and to know. I just know the Americans are benching a guy that apparently was supposedly a guarantee to be on the team. I wish I knew more, to be honest with you. But, I mean, if I was betting, a safe bet would be Canada, bud. What do you think?
Maybe Canada. They left a couple guys off that were really good, though. Like Sam Steele's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Who's he play for?
Scored a bunch of stuff in the pregame. Oh, he plays for the Pats.
Plays for the Pats?
Yeah.
That's for the Pats. See, I don't even know half the teams. That's the Toronto. No, that's right. They're all their own. They're in the Q or the Western Hockey League or what?
They're Western, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. What's your favorite hockey team anyway? Who do you root for?
My favorite team?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm a local guy, so I got to go with the Jets.
Oh, you're a Winnipeg guy. Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I'm
lucky you got a hockey
somebody.
club.
It's good to know somebody other than Terry lives in Winnipeg.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was just Terry and Terry's in there. Oh, I got to give Terry her bar of doom or whatever it is. Let's see. Moderator. Terry. Ryan Million, the only reason they made the finals in 2010. I wouldn't say that. Kane was good. I mean, the whole team was moving the puck that really well.
What they say, Ryan
I don't even think that's true, to be honest with you. Miller was amazing. There's no doubt about it. And Canada was only a little bit better than the United States. It's only an OT goal that separated them. It's a one-game series.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's really true at all.
An OT goal by the best player in the league.
Yeah, the best player in the league. From a pass from my favorite player of all time, I think. It wasn't much that separated the two teams. And prior to that, I mean, if you guys were around in '96, it's like, oh, this is Mario Lemieux doesn't even have to be there. We're gonna crush you. We're gonna crush you. The only reason we lost is because Mario wasn't in the lineup. Canadians want it both ways. And that was a 3-game series. That was an amazing team.
I sent you an invite.
Yeah. What's his name? Who called that right was who called that correctly?
Called what?
I'm trying to think. Oh, I need notifications. I'm in the wrong area. What's his face? He didn't go. Think. The goddamn announcer.
For Buffalo?
No, it wouldn't go. Send me another one. It didn't go.
Doc Emmerich.
Yeah, Doc Emmerich. I remember when the Americans beat the Canadians, and the first words out of his mouth was, "This was no miracle." And referencing the miracle because it wasn't. I mean, that's how far USA hockey had come. I mean, God, I was a kid, the only people that gave Canada even a little bit of a trouble was the Russians, and most of the time, Canada found a way to beat them.
Oh yeah.
Send you another one.
Yeah, send me another one. The last one I have is from 31 minutes ago. Just now. Got it. It wouldn't go.
Canada's pissed at its hockey program. Well, the juniors at least, because we haven't been winning anything lately.
In the juniors, yeah, but you win the big ones, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, we do.
But
the juniors, it's like everybody's off. All the Canadians watch the juniors. It's just something you do.
We watched it last year. It's a good tournament. How many games have been played? How many games have been played so far? I haven't been paying attention to any of them.
I don't think there has been any.
Yeah, last year it ran into
tournament stuff.
Oh, really? Last year it was like, did they start after? And it goes to like the first week in January. It's kind of a bizarre tournament. It starts in 2016, ends in 2017. And then I watched it against. And Finland won last year. If I'm not, I remember I was watching it with the Pure. It was pretty fun. Yeah, pretty fun stuff. And they beat what? Who they beat? Russia. In Finland, I think it was, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was. Finland won last year because I remember like Pure was going nuts and he was in Helsinki. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, Pure was a very, very happy Finn that day.
Yeah, very happy Finn. Very happy Finn. All right, man. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it, Jimmy. Right. Thanks for being a part of the show.
Thank you for reading the title.
All right.
All right, no problem, man.
Bye-bye.
I'll see you guys around.
All right, see you.
Peace in the Middle East.
Chicken grease. Dubious, you're on here.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going.
That's good to hear. Did you guys have any get any NHL stuff for Christmas this year?
No, I didn't get any. Come to think of it,
I did.
No.
What'd you get?
Oh, just one of those beautiful sweaters.
You got a brand new one? What'd you got? You just got another blue sweater?
Classic ones.
I thought you were gonna edit your lines, you dick.
No, I didn't edit the lines. I edited my strategies.
Fuck your strategy.
completely different.
No, but it's a size too big, so I gotta go get it exchanged for a.
Is it a real one or is it a sweater? Is it a jersey?
It's a Reebok one.
You got a Reebok
It's like
one? You can get them while
Yeah,
you
there's
can.
no name. There's
They'll probably
no name
all
on it,
drop
so
in
I'm gonna-
price. You know that when the Adidas ones come out, and then there's gonna be a knockoff one. There's gonna be like a knockoff jersey. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there's gonna be like a knockoff jersey, and but they're not gonna have the Adidas is the only ones that are gonna be the real ones. That's how you're gonna be able to tell. I think that's how it's gonna work. The Adidas ones will have the fight strap. The ultimate
Waffle boarded away by Lundqvist.
waffle board in a way.
Who do you guys?
Goddamn puck.
What do you got?
Who do you guys think it? Just as far as the Winter Classic, who do you think's gonna? Who are you pulling for in that one?
Who the
I know
hell's
Jeff's
playing,
pulling
Jeff?
for, yeah.
Who's playing? Was it Chicago and
What the
who's
Chicago
playing the Winter Classic this year? I
Blues.
can't even remember.
Chicago and Blues.
Yeah, Chicago and the Blues. It's tough to tell. Where's it being played?
Busch Stadium, where the Cardinals play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't. I'd take. I think I'd. Oh fuck! What a cheesy goal. I'd take the Blues, just because they're playing at home, and the Blues aren't in a lot of these things. The Blackhawks are. A lot of these teammates are.
First one.
So this is the Blues' first one. I don't even know why it's been their first one. So yeah, I think I'd take.
It's always Chicago and some other team.
Yeah, that's what it is. But they're a bit of a race right now. This game means something in a lot of ways, not just morally either.
They're so close
They're so
in the
close.
standings.
They're in the. They're both playing reasonably well. The Blues are gonna probably have some nerves when they go out there, but if they can settle in, they should be able to beat the Hawks.
Oh, you bastard!
Yeah. I mean, I'm pulling for the Blues.
Yeah.
I think you take the Blues bet because you're probably going to get a little. You're probably going to get some underdog points, and I think it's a safe bet. I mean, I don't think take the under, take the Blues, absolutely. I think you make a little money on that bet, in my opinion, because like I said, they're at home, they're going to feel that. Let's see if they're nervous, but I think it's going to mean more to the Blues than it is the Blackhawks. And I tell you something. From what I see, your style should change based on Tarasenko. If the ice is choppy, Tarasenko shouldn't even attempt to try to play his game. You know what I mean? You really got to play your game. I think if the ice is choppy, you play a net crashing style. If the ice is good, then you open up on them. Let the guys skate a bit more. I think it really depends.
It's supposed to be mid, low 40s and raining.
Yeah, but how well has this ice been laid down? How smooth is it? I think those things. What's the wind like? I think you got to keep a lot of that in mind. I don't know how much because it's only.
This is St. Louis, so you don't know what the weather's going to be like. It's 60 degrees here today.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like where I live. Yeah. So I think it depends. I think it really depends on the ice, and the coach should basically. Change the way they see the game or what they're doing with the players based on that.
I gotcha. And I had another quick question. Well, maybe not a quick question, but you were saying earlier how Columbus was they're doing the Tortorella system.
Well, it sounds like they're believing in it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, just as far as system as opposed to what you were saying the Russians were doing, where it's just.
Well, the Russians have a system, but there's also there's a lot of free flowing hockey in their system. They're very. I kind of regretted as soon as I left my mouth because the Russians did have a strict system, but it did allow skilled players to flourish that system. Whereas in a Tortorella system or really like or Herb Brooks, you don't have that option. Tortorella looks at the game as my job as a coach is to win hockey games. I have a system that will win hockey games despite whatever type of team that I have in front of me, right? And this will work, and it's been proven time and time again. He does not need super skilled players. The best team he probably ever had was in was in Tampa Bay. He does not need super skilled players to win, and I think if you do have the right defensive system. I think he can beat any team in the league. I don't think it's not like it was when I was a kid, like with the Islanders and the Oilers and stuff like that.
Would you say that's the case with right now with the Minnesota Wild? As far as I mean, I know they got stellar goaltending. I think they have like the fewest goals.
Yeah, well, obviously
that's been a huge part of it.
Dubnik's a big part of it, but I also like the coaching. I like what they've done. The coach. I like what I saw in the playoffs out of them at certain points, even though they didn't really go too far. I think it has a lot to do with coaching there too. I don't watch enough wild hockey to say for sure, but I think that has a lot to do with it. I mean, you definitely saw a difference with these guys when Mike Yeo left. You saw a real difference in style. I always got the feeling because when Yeo went on a run, was it a little bit of a run 2 years ago?
Again,
he got angry. He got in their face. I think he got to stay on the Wild. I think they have to be babied a little bit and kicked around. And I wonder if this current coach is just not all over them on every aspect. But I mean, they have Dubnik. He's an amazing goalie. He's fucking tremendous. And that'll you can do a lot with a hot goalie, especially in come playoff time. It's not like they have Suter, they have Parise. You know, they have really high skilled all-star players, but it's just never clicked over there.
You got Charlie Coyle, who's been a real good for them.
Yeah, I mean, I even like guys on the team like Matt Dumba, you know, like good role playing players. But I don't watch enough Wild hockey. To
just as far as being a Nashville fan, I know for sure how having a solid goalie can save a team that's struggling.
Sure. I mean, you probably don't make the playoffs as many times as you do without Pecorine. There's no doubt about it.
I mean, not so much this season because it's kind of, I don't know, it's all over the place.
Well, actually, last year Carter Hutton took over down the stretch.
Yeah, he was great.
And he's been an absolute dog piss for us.
The thing I noticed when we started Hutton last year, or just whenever he was in net, he would play solid, but the defense didn't show up that night, and then it just looked bad on him. But he played solid. He was a solid goaltender.
That may be the problem over there too. You know, it's not like PK.
You also did have Shea Weber back there.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, they didn't always play. Like, I mean, watch the last game of the friggin' Stanley Game 7 against San Jose. Like, no one was there.
Well, it took San Jose to Game 7 though. But I do wonder, you know, you're not hearing PK make a lot of noise up there, are you?
No.
Has any of the I don't know what the press corps is like out there because it's probably only like one or two reporters that even cover the damn team.
They're not.
Are they impressed with him? Because I mean, from a sales standpoint, you know, PK is definitely good copy. He's funny, speaks his mind, he's easygoing, but you know, it's not like he's having a Vezina Trophy season up there. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
North Trophy.
North Trophy. North Trophy. Excuse me.
Right now, he's on pace to beat
God
his
damn it.
goals for a season, but I think if I had to double check that, but he's not playing solid, and we need him to. I mean,
that was the problem with him over in. Yeah, you do. You need to do both, but I don't know if he can do both. He's good on goals.
I think he tries to activate up, kind of like Yossi does, but when he does that, it's just always a nightmare. Like, I don't know. We need him to be on the blue line and just stay there. It'll be fine.
Yeah, that's not what you pay him for, and that's not what he wants to do. And if you stick him on that blue line, he will not re-sign with you. Never.
If that's the case.
And he's got a nice little contract on him too, boy. He's got a big fatty.
Well,
he's got a big old fat contract, big time money, which he probably gets to keep a lot more of because he's in Nashville now. You know that? He doesn't have to pay those stupid Montreal, Quebec taxes anymore, which would be nice. But not really hearing too much about PK, which is I kind of always thought he was a bit of a celebrity player.
Well,
maybe not as good as people said he was.
Oh, I wasn't. I don't know.
You weren't real. Were you keen on the? See, everybody talks about it from the Montreal perspective. Like, what about from from your perspective? How did you feel? Oh, you were devastated.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I can kind of see why, but
I can see why on both ends. I could see why it wouldn't be good both ends, but it seems to be working out. It seemed to be working out different for either team, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know if Weber had maybe had like a lackluster year, I could maybe see that in like a year or two. But he was still playing solid. Like there wasn't anything in his game that was like a flashing a red light or anything like that. But it's just
Yeah, I got you. All right, man. Ah, fuck. Let's see if I can cover the puck here. Thanks for the call, brother. Appreciate it.
Great call. Great call.
Good call, man. Real good call. Thanks, Doobies. Let's go with
Thoughts
Bolts
on
fan.
Rasmus Ristolainen?
What are the Bolts doing? Bolts fan. 2004.
Hello.
Bolts fan 2004. The last time they won a Stanley Cup.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Last time.
Was it?
Probably
No,
the
it's
only
2005
time.
you guys won. Was it? It's 2004 you won.
2004. 2004.
Yeah, it was
is when we
2004.
won.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going through a lot of injuries right now.
Yeah, I'll
It's
say.
not
Thank you.
easy.
Killed my fantasy season.
Oh,
Thanks to
you
Stamkos.
mother!
He's
I
winning.
know. Luckily, I didn't draft any Bolts players for my fantasy team.
Yeah, no. I had
I got
Zibanejad
lucky. I
and
drafted Dubnyk.
wasn't playing terror. You did? You drafted
I
Dubnyk?
didn't even,
Good for you.
I got
drafted
Dubnyk
Dubnyk.
also.
Yeah.
So
I know.
did
I didn't even think. And Crosby, I drafted, even though I hate Crosby, but
No, that doesn't hurt.
No,
He never hurts.
yeah, he's
He never hurts.
been really good.
He's having a
And
great
Tavares.
season.
I've
And
got a pretty good fantasy
I
team
generally
going.
think he's going to hold the cup again. How about that? I'm not a big
I
fan of
think so,
Crosby
too.
either. I think he's going to have a Stanley Cup at the end of the year, more than likely. I
think
wouldn't be surprised if
I
he
think
beat
Washington
Chicago to
could
do
pull
it.
through this year.
What's that?
I think Washington could pull through this year.
I don't. I don't
Honestly.
think they have the character.
They're kind of having a quieter regular season.
Yeah.
That could be.
Well,
big deal for
it
them.
could be, but they've never been dangerous to begin with. We've never seen the signs. You know, we've never seen dominant. They just seem to limp through each round and then eventually get eliminated. Whether they're good in the
Yeah.
regular season or they're bad in the regular season. You know, it's a little different for a team like Chicago if they have a bad regular season. You know what you're getting from the playoffs. You know?
Yeah, Chicago.
You know,
they
but you
took us
don't. You
out.
don't. I don't get that same feeling from the Caps. Although they're more than capable to win the Stanley Cup, which is
What do you
just,
think
just
Columbus
crazy.
They're like the Blues of the Eastern
In
Conference.
some ways, yeah. You know,
Yeah, they are.
in a lot of ways. But what were you saying there, Bolts fan?
Where do you think Columbus will end up at the end of this season?
I think probably struggling for a playoff spot. I don't see this lasting. I don't think the team's very talented. But something tells me I'm going to eat my words, and I can't put my finger on why.
They've
I
got good
just,
teamwork there, though.
I mean, I could see saying in February, hey, remember when Columbus won 12 in a row? You know, I could see that. I don't really see in them. And if they do make the, I don't really see them making much of an impact in the playoffs because there's a lot of inexperience there.
Do you think the Lightning will make the playoffs, or do you think?
Yeah, more than
Yeah.
wait a minute. Where are they now? Hold on a second. Where are they now?
I think they're 3 points outside of
Wild card?
playoff contention right
Who's
now.
ahead of them?
I think they'll make it.
They're more than likely. I get some.
Boston's ahead of them right now.
Yeah, and
God.
Boston's not that good. But Dos Tuca's playing well. More than likely, but I don't really see a big playoff. I don't. You know what it is? You have the team to win, but your franchise player, and certainly you have maybe the best line in hockey for the last 2
Yeah.
years. I think you need one more thing, and that's Steve Stamkos, and he never shows up when you need him. And I don't even know if he wants to be there half the time.
Yeah.
You know, I think that
Well,
may be the problem.
It took how much should he get paid? It was like 80-something mil.
8.5. 8.5.
Yeah.
8.5.
In a year, so that was like 80.
Yeah, it took all that to get him to stay.
Yeah, it took a ridiculous amount of money to get him to stay,
And honestly,
he's always
honestly,
hurt.
really-
He hasn't been seeing. He hasn't been the same since his initial injury a couple of years ago. Since what this is the 60-goal season
oh, yeah,
he
for
had.
sure, but he's still gotten 40 goals.
He's still good. He's still good, but I mean, he needs to be that good in the playoffs, and he just hasn't shown any signs of it. You know, he's almost like Rick Nash. You know, like he may not be scoring goals, but he's doing a lot of things behind the play. That's not what he's there for.
No, he's not.
That's what Matt Dumba's there for, you know. You know, on the Minnesota North Stars over there. That's right, I said North Stars. So I mean, he's there to score goals, and make plays happen. You know, he's a ridiculously good sniper. So I worry about him. You know, come go time. Fuck.
Our issue is defensive depth, actually.
I
That's
hate
probably
that
the
fucking
worst.
goalie pass.
Yeah, but you got fucking Hedman, who's a really good, probably underrated. To be honest with you,
Hedman is one of the most underrated
yeah,
players.
absolutely
in the league.
underrated.
He's incredible. I think he's up there with even Doughty and.
I don't disagree with you. Not at all.
I don't
think
either.
the guy's amazing. I don't know why he doesn't get more press. I tell you where they don't. He's not underrated. Sweden. They're always pointing out. The Swedes are always pointing out how good this guy is. He's amazing. He's an all-star.
I think he's slightly better than Carlson in
Oh
many
my
ways.
god.
I'd take Hedman over Carlson just because.
I would too.
The production's not everything.
No.
You
I mean, Carlson's maturing a bit this year, I've noticed.
have you? I didn't.
That was maybe because a few months ago I was in Ottawa. I saw Senators versus Bruins game, and
He looked good.
really well defensively then.
Nobody's breaking his ankle.
Got like 8 blocks in that
Guy
game.
breaks his ankle like he's up against Jordan.
I know. But I don't know. Our defense will probably get better because we have Hedman and Strawman, which is great. But then
Yeah.
we've got a horrible defenseman when we trade Bishop, which is going to have to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, looks like it.
I mean, I
'cause
like Bishop more than Vasilevsky. I don't really like Vasilevsky.
You're not care. Well, I like Bishop too. I mean, he's shown himself, but I mean, he ain't playing too well, and you might as well get some value
He's
from
had
him.
some good games, like his the game against
The kind of race you're in. See, you're talking like you're a rebuilding team. You're not. You're a contender. You're supposed to be. If you're not a contender, somebody needs to get fired.
I
you know.
know, and that.
Oh.
makes me
Yeah.
super.
Would you agree with that, Matt? Or Matt?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're not a contender. You're gonna get fired. You need to go.
We're not looking like a contender this year for sure. We're gonna have to do
Nope.
something.
If you can sneak in there, maybe something can happen. You guys do have a lot of playoff experience. Fuck. I mean, that's the thing when playing against Jeff and shit like
But
that.
we're not only missing. We're missing Kucherov as well. I mean,
Kucherov, yeah, he's not the only guy for sure. For
he's
sure.
on pace for about a 90-point season. I mean, he's a really good player.
Hmm.
Ovechkin says he's going to be one of the best Russians ever.
Who? I bet you
I think
something.
Palat. He's a.
Is Ovechkin one of the best? I mean, I guess he is. He's one of the best Russians for sure.
Yeah.
Is he the best Russian?
I think that goes without saying.
I think that.
Yeah.
What about Igor Larionov? We didn't get to see him. I really wonder about those guys in the '80s though, because they didn't play their whole careers over here. Like Larionov.
No.
A lot of them, you saw them at the end of their careers and stuff. I mean, Larionov played forever, so you got like a full fucking NHL season out of him. He's like 30. He's 29, 30 when he finally came over. He's
Yeah,
amazing.
he was over.
He's in
He was
Detroit.
over there for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in the league for a minute. He played till he's 40 something. I don't think he retired till
Damn.
2008 or 9. Something ridiculous
Yeah.
like that. There's a guy played in the 80s. Beat the Canadian Team Canada, not the Canadians. Beat Team Canada in Canada Cups. Igor Larionov, if I'm not mistaken. Fuck. Can I get a break?
Yeah, I think Penguins will probably hoist their second.
I
in a
think I
row.
might too. I want
come
I want it to be up against a good Chicago team.
Yeah, I know.
I want it
just
to be a
really
good Chicago team. I don't want to
don't
just be.
want
I don't want
it
them
to
to walk through.
No,
There
I
was
went
a
Chicago.
I knew they were going to
Chicago
be
might have
fucking.
to
I knew they were going to beat
Detroit
San Jose. San Jose was not ready for that train.
Oh no.
I
I was hoping
They-
they could pull through, but
They-
Yeah, me
had
too.
such an
But it
easy
was
road.
just you got guys like Nick Bonino and Brian Rust, and they just do everything was going right. I've seen that before from Stanley Cup championship. The whole team's got to be firing on all cylinders. The goalies, the defensemen, the role players. That's what happens, and you saw that very early with Pittsburgh, and that's how you can really tell a Stanley Cup champion. In some sense, you saw that in the Western Conference too with San Jose. Everybody's firing on all cylinders. But I mean, at the end of the day, you had two teams playing well, firing on all cylinders. The experienced team won. The team with the more playoff experience won, and that's how it really comes down to.
If they had Bishop and Stamkos, it could have made it even closer. I mean, it was Game 7 within one goal that they won, but
Yeah,
who knows? Maybe Tampa would have won because
I don't think
that
Tampa.
was
San
Was,
Jose-
last year.
San Jose I think San Jose had a much easier road in the Western Conference, and the Penguins beat the teams they needed to beat in the early rounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but San Jose.
Yeah,
San Jose took a lot of teams didn't take them seriously. It's like they were going to calm
I
down
did.
or something. They were really like,
I had them winning the West in my prediction.
really.
That.
I don't know how you picked that after
Yeah,
the
I
season they had
predicted
before that.
I don't know. I thought
You know,
I
they make the
just-
playoffs the year
I-
before.
I live in Vancouver now, right? So a lot of San Jose Canucks games are on, and I don't see San Jose dominate. I thought
Yeah.
that's a good.
But it's an incredible pick considering they didn't make the playoffs the year before. But I mean, yeah, they had
know.
high Corsi
But
levels.
they were looking so good throughout that year.
Yeah, they were. I mean, their
Brent
Corsi was
Burns.
like second best in the league.
Brent Burns.
Yeah, I mean,
one of the
Burns is
best
amazing.
defensemen.
But, you know, I mean, him and even Thornton to some extent, they hadn't been there. You know?
Pavelski as well was doing really well that year.
I also thought they're...
Sure.
Honestly, I thought they were too loose going into the damn final, too, in San Jose.
Yeah.
I just
It
got
seemed like
the
they were
feeling
just
they're too
happy to
loose.
be there. You
Yeah,
know,
they're like, this is great. This will be
being with
fun.
this
No,
kid
no.
and-
This is work.
What?
This is the most
Yeah.
work you're ever going to
With the
do.
kids and all that was a little
Yeah.
iffy.
All right. Thanks for the call, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Peace in the Middle East. Well, that was some episode. I can't get.
Yes, it was.
I can't get a break from you. You got a lot of fluky fucking goals today. I only got one. Fucking bouncing around his helmet like shit like that. Ridiculous. Fucking fluke.
That's crashing the net. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not saying you didn't earn it. I'm just saying they're fluky fucking goals.
Well, what was your second goal? Was Zuccarello in the first?
That was
game.
a little fluky too. But I figured that was like the other goal was fluky, so it was fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, you whiffed on the penalty shot, so I guess that's
A whiff. I hit the
That was a
post.
makeup
The
for it.
whiff is I don't make contact.
that's
A
true.
Whiff. All right, I gotta go. I guess you're gonna join me in an hour.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. Let's get out of here. Interesting show. I can't believe that kid called me up like that when I'm trying to stay calm.
Well, read the title, people. That's what it is there for.
He worked. I didn't. He works for Keem. That guy.
It doesn't matter. Read
Yeah,
the
like
title.
what? Yeah, I know it doesn't matter in theory, but I mean, he works for Keem. Like, what the fuck, dude? They just piss me off. I don't understand, like, why I have to honor the word of those who are dishonorable. I don't get that. It makes me want to do
You
it.
don't.
I probably would get, I'm probably gonna get talked out of it by Clown, but I really don't. I don't owe anybody anything. Yeah, the guy helped me out. There's no doubt. It could end next week.
You can do what you want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, he's sitting there bitching and moaning. It's like, I took a lot of heat for writing those tweets. People said I put you out of work at Christmas time. Well, eventually you did, you stupid ass.
That's what's gonna happen when you burn the bridge with pretty much everybody that you work
I don't want it to be. I'm not making an exposed video. I'm gonna put a lot of work into it. I just talk about I was gonna talk about the David is Gaming thing. I was gonna talk about everything. You know, the whole thing, the way I felt, what happened. You know, that's the way I felt about it. All right, everybody, have a good night. See you later. Shot from the Point dead, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tommy C's SFTP. We'll see you there.